Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a new video and probably the last one for this year because it is that time of the year. Only a couple days left before this new year ends, and I just want to kind of, remind you and myself that all of the challenges, all of the things that we faced from this year is something to remember for sure. But don't overlook all these mistakes, all these failures, all these things that you've done in the past. What you should do looking forward is taking that mistakes, those past, those failures of what you think is a failure, and just look forward because the further you look, the more you'll see the brighter side of what it is to come. So, how you should approach going into the new year, going into this new chapter, even if you're starting out, whether you're just getting into it or if you're just already in the grind of starting your business, trying to scale up, doing all these different things. I'm in that same boat too. So, we're both learning together. But in this aspect, for those people just starting out or just kind of still confused on what to do, just start. The best thing that you can do is start today. Start working on your business. Start, doing the research. Start trying to do something that's proactive towards building your business. If you really want this life, and I'm not talking about my life that I have right now, but I'm talking about that life that you want where you have the time freedom, where you have the flexibility to do whatever you want. The money, financial issues are gone and disappearing because you made it so good for yourself, for your friends, for your family, for the people around you, even in your community, right? Get to a point to where you are at the highest level, taking it step by step and still pushing through. I remember a time when it was most difficult, when it was like at the point of almost quitting. Um, Honestly, there's been like many times like that, but over and over again, I just let time do its thing. As long as I kept on moving forward, kept on putting one foot after another, I will get to that point. You know, sometimes we don't realize our failures are not actually failures. It's just a stepping stone for something greater, something bigger, something that we do not see in this moment. So, what do? We just keep on going forward. People like to say failure and kind of see it as a really, really bad thing. But in actuality, for business owners, for people that just want to grow in life, in general, right? Failure is just a stepping stone. It's just another level that you need to get to, right? If you just keep on pushing through. So, if you have this mindset of just staying stuck in your own ways, of just not moving forward, not progressing, stopping and doing another thing, stopping and doing another thing, and moving on from that, and because you don't think it's going to work, keep on going. See what happens. You know, the only time that I would say to just let it be, let this life of entrepreneurship to go, is when you think that it is not for you. And by that, I mean, you don't want to put the effort forward. You don't want to grow your life. You don't want to improve on everything that you want, to do, whether it's your health, whether it's like learning new skills or anything like that. Entrepreneurship is not just a title. It's not just a person that does something or builds businesses or anything like that. Entrepreneurship is a lifestyle. The reason why I call my channel Limitless Lifestyle is because every single day we are set with new challenges, and the thing that sets us apart, that sets you or me or anyone else apart, is our mindset. And you know as entrepreneurs, that is probably like the one of the most biggest thing that you could take advantage of is your mindset, right? The reason why I say this is because if you build a bulletproof, you know, mind, with having to push forward through struggles, having to endure, the pain, the suffering of going through all these things. It's just like when you're in a workout, it's sucks to do in the moment, but afterwards, once you go outside in that kind of nice, like cold, breeze and whatnot, after sweating a bunch of, times and stuff like that, right? It feels good. That is what you kind of get from pushing through, having that strong mindset, and really pursuing this dream and making it a reality. So, I know. For a lot of us, it's going to be super difficult. Maybe a small percentage of us might even get there, but it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be a small percentage of you guys. Even if you're not really trying to push towards making a very big business, if it's just a small mom and pop shop with like a coffee stand or whatnot, um, the whole focus behind that is to do greater good for you, for your family, and for people those around you. Because again, none of these business would work without us, you, I, people left and right of you. So it's a community thing, and it's also something that you have to push yourself to do. So I really do not advise this for people that just want to sit around, just take a job and count their hours and wait for their shift to end and whatnot, and really don't want to improve. If you're watching this right now and you're one of those people, I would highly suggest to not continue on with this video, because it will do you no good if you want to do that kind of lifestyle. It's really not going to help you. I can't help you, because that is up to you. That is up to you if you want to have that lifestyle. I can't motivate you in some way. I can't tell you otherwise. It's not possible. If your mindset is there in the gutter of not wanting to improve, not wanting to do better for your friends, family, everyone around you, then just click off. Just unsubscribe and be done with it. Move on with your day. But for those that want to stay and stick around for the end, listen up real close. If you're wanting to improve and get to that next level, get to that life that you want, these are some of the things that I've learned throughout my 5-6 years of entrepreneurship, owning businesses, you know, closing down businesses, and really trying to learn what is the best way to go forward with this, right? Excuse me. But, anyways, in my experience, in my journey of starting up businesses, at least learning how to start up businesses, has been always a game of, you know, trial. And that's how it should be, right? Not every business is going to succeed. Not every business is going to work the way you think it's going to work according to your business plan. But the number one thing that I would say is on the top of my list is failing fast to be able to to be able to succeed, right? Being able to succeed means so many different things, and it doesn't have to be, oh, I'm making $100,000, or I'm like a millionaire, or I'm having the business like you know do its own thing without me there. It doesn't have to be that big. It could be like getting your first sale. That's a success in your book for getting your business started. Or, having consistent clients if you have some sort of service business. Or, being able to make it to quarter two, quarter three, or whatever, or making it through the year. Every one of these things, these single things are. Sorry, my mic cut out. But, anyways, all of these things are successes overall. And what you should take from this is keep on moving forward, keep on pushing, no matter what success looks to you, keep on going after it. And, create these little steps here and there. You know, oh, I want to get my first client. I want to talk to the first person and see if they'll buy my product or use my service or whatever. Or, find some way to help them in advance, so, you could get some good customers along the way. You could get some reoccurring customers through word of mouth or whatnot. Just do something to get your business out there and in any way possible. So, number one thing is uh, fail fast to be able to succeed. So, again, the faster you go, the faster you'll fail, the faster you'll see success. And later on, I'll show you kind of like a clip of my analytics from just doing my YouTube stuff on here, just posting shorts every now and then of things that I'm doing. It's mostly been trading because that's what I usually do at night, but I'm trying to do more in terms of real estate, planning more. I have to plan more in terms of when I'm trying to get in contact with people that are trying to sell their homes or expire listings, or doing open houses, stuff like that. So in some way, for me to be satisfied with the real estate side of things, I have to do a lot of logistics. And that's kind of a problem that I'm having right now. So overall, um, I'm really surprised on the results that I have came up with within this last, I believe, like 30 days or so. It's only been around probably 13,000 views from my shorts overall, give or take. And I would say that's a pretty good success. I have another YouTube channel for my real estate called Schultz Properties that has more subscribers than I have on here, but it's not getting as much views. I'm mostly just posting videos like this that you're seeing, and it's not really, I guess, that active. So that's something that I need to work on. But anyways, uh putting that aside, you know, m- going into the new year, having a fresh mind and kind of thinking about what you need to do to improve on can consist of many different things. What I would do in what I'm, moving forward and doing is writing out a plan on what my actions are going to be for this new year. One of those actions are my workouts. So recently I had gotten a what's it called, a pull-up bar, so I don't have to go to the gym every single day, every single time, and it's accessible. I'm changing my environment to be able to succeed in my health, and that's what I want to do. I want to get back into doing pull-ups and stuff like that. I used to be able to do that multiple times in one sitting, but now I get gassed out by like one or two pull-ups. So obviously I gained some weight, and I need to work on that, but that's something that I want to work on. For you, it could be like wanting to learn how to speak to other people on the phone, or wanting to learn how to write emails better or whatever it is, or start your own YouTube channel like, I just did like 30 days ago, right? Write those things down before the new year starts so that you have a good plan, a good idea of what you are going to do, what actions you're going to take moving on forward. You don't want to go into the new year if you're really dedicated into pushing towards something greater. You know, have a plan of the task that you're going to do, like actually going to do, like either every day, every other day, and kind of keep it consistent. The more consistent that you could be, the better off you'll be, and the faster you'll see results. Excuse me. Anyways, so having to succeed is failing fast. Number two is having a plan, having tasks to do to move forward. So, going into the new year's, those are two of my first things that I'm going to do and that I've been doing already as I go along the way. There's a lot to think about in this business and the things that I do. So, I'm trying to sort things out so I am prepared for that next year, and it's literally right around the corner. So I have to start writing stuff pretty fast and getting my stuff organized. But, anyways, there is definitely a lot to really take in because putting it all in this video is not going to be enough time. But I believe there is one more thing that we need to consider in the new year for, starting out your business to starting just this whole journey of, you know, limitless lifestyle. So, again, I talked about mindset, I talked about succeeding by failing fast, going fast as you can, and having a plan. So, another thing that I believe in that should be considered when you're going into the new year is basically your surroundings, your environment, the people who you're around. The better off you are that you have a good environment for you. In many cases, you know, you can just have that environment as your room, like how I do. And, you could also have that in the workplace, pick and choose who to hang out with, who not to hang out with, and see who is, helping you with the dreams that you want and that are aligned with you. You know, I do my best to align myself with people with like minded minds like myself and other realtors, other agents, other traders, whatever it may be, right? Because I want to succeed in that field. I want to know what they know and absorb that through just being around them. There's so many cases to where like there's so much to learn in real estate that I don't even know, in trading that's always changing that I don't even know. I still do it because it's a fun challenge, but there's so much to learn. But in the aspects of having your environment change is so important because you are the average of three people or the five people you're always around with. And for me, I don't really hang out with that much people, anyways, but I have like my best friends around and, like people that I admire much and that I want to learn from are are I'm who I'm always around. So, having that kind of like stability in environment, having a place to where you could work out, where you could get yourself feeling good, working hard, getting in motivation or staying disciplined, have accountability partners, stuff like that will get you in a good pace for where you want to be in the new year. And I'd say those are like the top three things out of everything that I've said from here, just rambling, that you need to focus on. Again, recap. after everything, is failing fast so you can succeed. Uh failing fast so you can succeed, and then what was it called? Planning. Yeah. Planning your tasks and go when you're going into the new year, things to improve on and stuff like that, right? So the next part and the final part, like what I just said, is your environment. So again, starting all over again so I don't confuse you guys. Failing fast, doing things as fast as possible so you could succeed, right? One. Two, planning your tasks that you're going to do for the new year, whether if it's consistently every day or every other day or every other week or whatnot. Have a plan in action so you know what to do, following forward and setting yourself up for success. And then number three, the very, very final last one, is improving your environment and the people around you. Because again, this is a very big thing. If you're easily influenced, this could drastically help you expand your business and push you further than you've ever been before. And that is probably just like a hidden gem right there of just creating your environment and pushing towards something truly greater, because having people around you is like motivation in itself. And if they're great people to be around too, they will like just call you up and be like, yo, are you up? Are you ready to go to the gym? Are you ready to do some cold calls? Are you ready to get this day started? Even though it sucks, right? Like, let's get this, stuff going. Let's push hard for the new year. So these are some tips for the new year. These are some things to consider for the new year. And these are things that I highly suggest that you take moving forward. Feel free to reflect on this last year. Feel free to, jot some notes down on a piece of notepad or, like a piece of, post-it note, so you know what you're going to do every single day or how you're going to do it, or what things you need to accomplish. Make a checklist or whatever you need to do, just make it happen. There's a lot that can be said right now, but we need to keep it simple. So just those three things you need to take to consideration. Go as fast as you can, create a plan, and fix your environment. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Enjoy the end of this year, moving on to 2026. And it's crazy to even think about. Now I'm going to be forgetting like the dates. 2026, 2025, 2026, but it is what it is. It's a new year, like what everyone says, new me, new year, whatever. Always focus on the results. Don't be afraid of failure and keep on pushing forward. So I hope you guys achieve the greatest of this year. And I hope you have. And I wish you guys a happy new year and see you guys next year. So spend time with family, spend time with friends, and please stay blessed. Peace.